Okay, so I am 28 years old. I am married for 1 year. I've moved from my hometown meanwhile, and professionally, I work as a front-end developer since 2018. So I have something around almost 3 years of experience, and most of my experience rely on front end and a part of it in back end development, but usually combined. So I worked around a year and a half, almost a year and a half as a full stack developer. And then I have a brief experience on solely web, dedicated front end development for web development. And recently, from October of 2019 to until now, I have been working as a mobile developer, dedicatedly, like only with mobile development. Um, at least for now, that's what I am professionally, I would say. I decided to look for a job abroad, mostly because until now, my previous job actually, I was already working remotely, and I was willing to continue working remotely. Although at the beginning I thought that a remote experience would be too hard for my previous background, I decided it was worth taking a shot. This experience of working remote, specifically with VanHack itself, has been like extremely valuable for my career. And one of the most interesting parts of this is that by working remote, you need to have some solid foundations on some soft skills. Otherwise, you probably will not be as productive as you are working in locals. So that was something I was willing to have, like to strengthen the skills to become a better developer. And this was the perfect challenge that I was already in, and I was willing to continue, as this is something that it's a huge next step as a developer, in my opinion, at least for in my career specifically. And certainly I'm having great results on that. So my previous job search, were probably similar to what everyone else does. Like I was usually trying to find opportunities using Indeed or other platforms like Glassdoor or even LinkedIn. And for someone that comes from not a big city, this is something that is very difficult. But usually people that comes from specific cities, usually big cities that are related to big techs, are usually more targeted than people that are not from those cities. So I've experienced how this change from this geographical change from in my perspective has changed a lot how I was targeted in job search. And when I changed this specifically on VanHack, I realized that there were some specific points that I had to improve in how I would show myself to headhunters and to other tech people. And this was a major improvement in my career. So VanHack certainly did like a pivotal change on how I would search jobs, how I would do some interviews. So all this, let me just already introduce how VanHack Premium, if you use it wisely, VanHack Premium can certainly give you the right directions on how we would proceed in an interview, how we would find great answers to difficult questions. So obviously you have to do the best for yourself and try to study and find and dedicate yourself to doing great interviews. So you're probably gonna, I felt I have to do some mea culpa here, and because in the beginning, obviously I felt I was not doing great, that I have to improve some points. And obviously I know that I still have points to improve, but there were some parts of the interview specifically that was certainly extremely important for me to improve. And certainly I give this credit to how VanHack has supported me through to their services. So the first memory I have from the first contact I had with VanHack was certainly related to some YouTube video of Ilya talking about VanHack fairs and those IT fairs for hiring people from abroad. And that certainly caught my attention. And I was like, wow, maybe in the future I could, this was probably around almost 2 years ago, from the first time I saw something, content related to VanHack. And I said, well, maybe in the future I could even try something like this. So what exactly are they asking for? And then I saw that I was already in the right path, like selecting the technologies to focus that at least VanHack was showing that they were on high demand. Regarding the hiring process, this was something very impressive at the first time, at first glance. Like, first I had I received a message from a headhunter from VanHack that they have an opportunity that would probably be a match for me. And at the time, I just had a previous contract from my previous employee to be, it just finished. It was, I was already open for new opportunities. So this was a perfect timing for VanHack, actually. That was certainly something almost mystical, I would say. And after that, it was pretty fast. So I had an interview, a direct contact with someone from what I thought at the time that was someone from the software engineer or from the engineering team from a specific company. And then it was very smooth, mostly technical questions, things about my background. And in the end, I had some, there was all this contract and negotiations related to wages and so on, but that was, I think it was pretty smooth from, if I would compare to previous experiences I had. That was certainly, like extremely good news for me, because in my situation, my contract had just finished in the middle of the pandemic and all this COVID-19 stuff. Many people I know had lost their jobs, lost a lot of things. So first of all, I'm extremely grateful for what happened to me. This was certainly a combination of, I would say, a good amount of luck and a good amount of effort that I put in my career. So this was extremely good for me. It was certainly it's certainly one of the best opportunities I had so far in my career. And obviously it's even difficult to put in words, but you guys gave me like an amazing opportunity in a promising startup and in a promising project. This is almost invaluable. Okay, so regarding the VanHack Premium, this is something that is important to say. So I've taken English classes almost for for 10 years when I was young. So I had this privilege of my parents giving me this. So when I started VanHack Premium, I already had some good English skills, but they were something, there's always some specific points to be polished. And that is what I give credit to VanHack, because you guys were able to give me the right directions to where I should improve, what kinds of things um, I could change in my profile. So certainly how I restructured my LinkedIn profile is thankful to how VanHack did the review process. I've taken English classes, even the grammar classes I've taken, because it was important for me, like to review some basic content, and it's amazing how there's a lot. I would say that probably, I'm not sure of what I'm about to say, but probably VanHack, if you would put in the bottom line, the price that VanHack charges for its users is probably cheaper than most of the English classes and English courses you'll have. And in addition to that, it's dedicated to the IT professionals in general. So you'll have a very, an extremely focused teaching for you, and you'll have those reviews, but obviously you have to participate in class. You have to take shots. You have to ask to answer the questions, because if you are only going to pay for VanHack Premium and not participate classes, you're not even using the services. And the platform, it's open for almost everyone, as far as I know, so you can register then. So the best, if you're going to register and use VanHack Premium, you will have to endure in the classes, study in your free time, and because this is a life goal. This is not something to be to only spend like 10-20 minutes and that's all in your day. You'll have to dedicate yourself to use the best of the service, and it will certainly improve your skills, your soft skills, your English skills. I think that's what VanHack Premium has supported me and assisted me in general. That's a difficult question, mostly because the hiring process for each stack, at least as a developer, they are extremely different. But I'll try to give my opinion, I will say, regarding my previous experiences with hiring processes. Is I think that the first thing you have to improve, and it might sound repetitive, is to get solid English skills. The first part of of any hiring process is you being able to clearly communicate or clearly talk with someone in their own language, so they have to understand you perfectly. I think this gives you this gives them, the headhunters, a good impression that you will be able to communicate with other people. This is not something that will probably, like, if you're an expert or probably someone with high seniority, they will probably still give you a second chance, or they will probably can take a shot on you. But I think the first thing you have to, first things first, do you communicate well in English? If not, maybe you should separate a decent amount of time, or find the way you understand or you learn better, and dedicate yourself and focus on that. And alongside with that, obviously you have to be a good professional in the stack you're doing. Select the technologies, people from the place or the country you're willing to go, or you're willing to have professional relations. To find exactly the technologies that are on high demand, or what they expect, or what seniority means to the targeted companies you wish to work with. And I think this would be probably the basic steps, because the other steps are probably some different improvements on regarding like um, basic soft skills, how you communicate, how to not get nervous, um, how to answer properly the questions. Because in my opinion, I assume that people will not answer properly the questions or will not be natural talking with a headhunter unless they're comfortable with the language. This happens even in Portuguese or even in your mother language. Why would not happen in a second language that sometimes doesn't even have the same roots of your mother language? For example, in my situation, I'm from Brazil. I speak Portuguese, and Portuguese come from the Latin language, and English have other roots. Uh, I had to put some major effort in my life to study. I know I have some limitations, but I did my best. And this certainly give me some, I've realized that in the middle of all this process and the hiring processes, um, this gives me a contrast between different candidates from, in my perspective. Um, and I think that, in my opinion, probably headhunters take this into account. If you're able to communicate clearly, if you have good soft skills using the second language, because this is a major challenge. This is not having just having a another IT job. This is related to a totally different context on being able to communicate clearly and directly with people from maybe in distributed teams all around the world, or maybe in a focused team in a different culture. So there's some major challenges that are gonna face when you start a remote job, specifically with a different country, and you have to find some balance and some harmony. And um, certainly, in my opinion, we'll have a difficult time if you don't have the good English skills. So I would even say to myself, if I would be able to talk with myself in the past, uh, if I would be able to go back into the past and talk to myself, I would say probably like strengthen your English skills. Go study more English. Go do a better job in that. You're gonna need it for the hiring process and more, even more during your work.